Hey family, our topic today is simple but very sensitive. How do you build a strong family base if you are just starting off as a new couple? Even if you're not just starting off as a new couple and you discover that your home is really not so settled, like things don't seem to be too normal. It's as if your husband is still very attached to the family he came from, or you are too attached to the family you came from, but there is a need to build this new family that you and your husband or you and your wife are forming at the moment. So how do you build that strong base to also have a family that your children can look up to say, my father and my mother had a very successful and strong marriage? It's just one point I want to discuss on this video, and if you understand this point very well, it will go a long way to help in your marital relationship. And what's that point? The need to resist the temptation of bringing the rules in your families into this new one. Some people have it in mind that, oh, this is how we do it in my family. This is how my father and my mother does it. This is how we are to do it in my family. Now, it doesn't always work that way. If you want to bring in the rules in your families, like your husband came from a family, they had rules in that family. Your wife came from a family, they had their own rules in that family, and both of you are impressing it on each other. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it in my family. This is how it should be done. My wife should act like my mother. My husband should act like my father. This is how it should be done. If you always have that at the back of your mind, you will never grow a strong family of your own that your children will be happy to have, or a strong and safe home that your children will be relaxed in. It will always be a battle. So if you don't want to have that kind of a battle, you have to consciously deal with that thought of this is how it should be done. Yes, you were trained in that environment, and those rules and regulations are part of your upbringing. So naturally, you will have them as part of you. But it is wisdom, pure wisdom, to know that when you bring that rule into your family, you cannot implement it 100%. Yes. You can't implement it 100%. If you're bringing a rule, let's say a good rule that your parents established in their home, and you feel that it will work well for your family, understand that the person you are bringing it to was not groomed with the rule. This is an adult who grew up from another environment, another family, and probably does not even understand the fundamentals or the need for that rule. So when you are bringing it into your family, you bring it with love, not with authority. You don't bring in various rules from various families when you are trying to form your own family with authority. This is how it should be done. No. Before you that is bringing the rule into your new family even got used to it and started living it, you started from a very young age, and I'm sure that your parents were gradually taking you through it, gradually throwing you through it until you got used to it and it became a part of your life. So why do you think your partner that you married will just jump into it 100% now and think this is how life is, this is how you should live your life, this is how this rule should operate, just accept it, hook, line and sinker? No. Your partner will not be able to accept it just like that, hook, line, and sinker. You bring it in with love. The person may have some, little modalities or little changes here and there on that rules. Please accept it. Don't act like this is how it is and we must hold on to it like this. No. When the person decides to bring a little adjustment to the rule, accept it with love. That will give the person more room to want to accept what you are saying or to accept whatever you are bringing. It doesn't just work on one partner, it works on the other partner. So if as a woman, your parents have a tradition or how they do things in their home, if you're bringing it to your husband, you bring it with patience and tolerance and love, and with a room to allow your partner adjust it the way they can fit into it. If you are the man who is bringing a rule from the family that you grew up from, bring it with some form of, open room where the woman can adjust to fit in. not trying to squeeze the person through it and squeeze the person into the room. It will eventually, bring chaos and lack of trust, lack of love, lack of safety, lack of peace. Your partner feels like you are still you value the family you came out from more than he or she, and the person is not feeling safe, so the person is planning behind you on how he or she will be safe, so the person is saving behind you in case anything happens. Once you start having in case anything happens in this marriage, something is really going wrong. Something is really, really going wrong with your union. Once something happened, let me fall back to this. Something is not right. And it's not right because of the, should I say, the foot you are putting forward or you have put forward before your partner. So the person is not feeling safe with you. So the whole theme of this video is there are different rules from different families. You grow up from two different backgrounds. Don't force the rule from your family into your partner's truth. If you love such rule and you think it can make your family grow, of course. We are not islands. We learn from different places. If you have learned something that you think our family needs and we need to grow with this culture, it will really help us. Good. But bring it in such a way that both of you can look at it together, adjust it to fit your family, so that you can grow together. Not, this is how my mother used to do it. No, this is how my sister used to do it. Oh no, this is how my brother used to do it. This is how my father used to do it. What sort of a man is this? He can't even act like a man because he's not acting like your father, because he's not acting like your brother. No, what sort of a woman is this? She can't even act like my mother. She can't act like your sister. Newsflash, she's not your mother. She's not your sister. He is not your father. And he's not your brother. He is your husband. She is your wife. I'm sure you've not had anyone feel that position before. Even if you have had somebody feel that position of a wife or a husband before, this particular person you are with right now is unique. So don't bring in rules that chokes the person, chokes the peace out of your home. Be open to build. Be open to build together. Be open to adjust that rule from your former, I don't want to use the word former family, but be willing to adjust a little so that your partner can fit in and so that you can build a home that your children will be proud of to say, the home I came out from. Not the home my father came out from or the home my mother came out from. The home I came out from. The home you and your husband are building right now. I hope you got the message. Alright, so until my next video, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's grow this family together. Bye.